Make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss out on any third and long content. I want to send a huge shout out to Verizon, our new presenting sponsor. Third and Long is now powered by Verizon. Yo, what's good? This is Arik Armstead, and welcome to another episode of Third and Long. Really excited about today because you guys don't have to keep looking at my ugly face. I got a special guest for y'all. You know, he's a fan favorite, my little homie. One of the best young wide receivers in the league. You know, he's really taken this league by storm, making his name for himself. 1,000 yards last year, and I know that's not enough for him. But yeah, really a star in the league. And so we got my little homie, Brandon Aiyuk on the show. Welcome to the show, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. How you doing?
Solid.
Good?
Solid.
Good?
Good.
You doing good? You know, first off, I wanted to thank you because, you know, I'm not the type of person that like to ask people for stuff, but you know, when you came up to me in the weight room, was like, yo, when you put me on the pod, I was like, man, you know what? I need to start having some guests. I need to start having my teammates. Definitely if my teammates, you know, want to be on it so we could chop it up, you know, break bread, talk more about football, talk more about life. And so I appreciate you saying you wanted to be on and really starting, you know, this kind of next chapter of the pod, having guests, talking about, you know, some real stuff. So I want to say I appreciate you. You know, when I first met you, I felt like, man, it's a cool dude. And I didn't really, there was something about you. I was like, man, it's a cool dude, somebody I can vibe with. But when I learned that you had Sacramento ties, you know, like where I'm from, I was like, you know, it all makes sense. So first, tell me about that. Like, I heard you were born in Sac or the Sac area, or so tell me about your ties to Sacramento and, like, you know, your childhood. And, you know, I know you grew up in Reno too, so I want to get into that too. But tell me about your Sac ties and, you know, kind of your childhood growing up.
Yeah, I was born in Reno, grew up out there. When I was like 18, I went to junior college route, and that's how I ended up in Sac. So I went to Sierra College, and that's where I really felt like I grew up the most and took that next step, like being a man and a football player in Sacramento. So I got love for Sac for sure.
Nah, that's what's up. So you went to Sierra. You know, I got a lot of homies who went to Sierra. Sierra's like in Sacramento, everybody that knows, you know, football knows, like, Sierra produces a lot of talent. So I know that JUCO route is definitely a grind though. Like, you know, I didn't have to experience that, but from the things I heard, it's like, man, you really gotta have your head on straight. You really gotta, like, be locked in to get through that, because it's a lot of tough times. So tell me about, like, the JUCO grind, you know, grinding through that and ending up where you are. You said, like, you know, you really feel like you became a man in JUCO. So tell me about that JUCO grind, you know, both football and life-wise, you know, in JUCO.
Yeah, so JUCO, it definitely gets crazy. It can go any way. In terms of academics, football, life. Like, that was my first time being away from home, being away from my family, being away from structure. You could say, being on my own pretty much. So I went out there. I went to school out there, so academics, I'm by myself. Nobody telling me to go to class.
Yeah.
Pretty much college for the first time. Nobody telling me to go to weight room. Nobody telling me to do anything, so I got to do it on my own. And then you got a bunch of other stuff going on, like, you know, the Sacramento area, a lot of other things that you can get involved in. So, but it was cool. It was cool. That was the first time where I got on the field and I'm like, okay, I might be able to do something with this football thing. Being in Reno is pretty under recruited. You don't see too many guys go to the next level from there. A little bit more so now, but back then, not as much. But I saw guys start getting offered. And I'm like, okay, I might be able to do something from here.
Nah, that's what's up. I know me and you talked about it before, like, you know, like you said, not many people come out of Reno. So, you know, the only only professional athletes I know of to come out of Reno are Amon Johnson and Luke Babbitt on the basketball side. But, tell me about being from Reno and like, you take pride in being from there. Like you feel like, man, like, did you feel like a sense of responsibility to like put Reno on the map when you were coming out of there?
Yeah, we got Kyle Van Noy too. Kyle Van Noy, he kind of led the way. He's probably the most or second most notable guy from out of there. But yeah, he was one that paved the way for sure first. But yeah, I feel like I took it was a big responsibility for me to kind of hold that up, the biggest little city, real Reno. Because nobody that I knew personally or that I was close to or was able to touch in the community was able to get out or do what I did. So now that I'm in this position, it's a huge honor for sure.
No, I think that's dope. I think, you being as successful as you are and having the opportunity to show like kids where you from, that it is possible. Cause, I think that's what everybody needs, a little inspiration. Like you growing up, you ain't really have that. You ain't really see like nobody being successful. So you probably never even really thought like, man, I could really do it.
Not even thinking about it. That's what I'm saying. Like when I got to Sacramento and I saw it, it was my first time seeing it, being right there in front of it and being like, all right, I got this opportunity. When really, in years prior, I never even thought of it. Like I was a kid playing ball, not knowing where, no path, just kind of just going. But God had my path protected and led me this way.
Yeah, made a pit stop and sack, started getting on the field, started balling. From what I read, you really popped off your second year, right?
Yeah.
At Sierra. I saw that you started getting offers. I saw you had an Alabama offer and coming out of JUCO. So tell me about that. Like, I know you was geeked off that. Like you had an Alabama offer. So tell me about that and like Alabama recruiting you, how you felt.
No, that was a crazy like story or offer or whatever you want to call it. It was already like I was getting recruited, but I still felt like I was getting under recruited for what I was putting out there on the field.
Yeah.
So I had like, Kansas, Colorado State, Idaho, schools like that, Nevada. And then like a week before signing day, I had Arizona State reaches out to me. They offered me and I just committed pretty much like the next day because that was just my biggest offer. So I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna take a shot. Like I'm going Pac-12.
I'm going Pac-12
no
at
visit,
least.
No nothing. Just
at least I can go to Pac-12.
That's it. I'm gonna be in the Pac. So I ended up committing. Like they offered me, I ended up committing. And then a few days later was signing day. So I wake up in the morning, signing day. I'm getting ready to sign the papers. Like Arizona State, like we're about to send the papers over. You got to go ahead and sign them. And like 15 minutes after that, like my junior college coach, Ben Noonan, he called me. He's like, Alabama's on the phone. They want you to come play DB. I'm like, I don't know. Like they want to offer you as a DB, like athlete, whatever. I'm like, nah.
I can't mess with it. It's crazy, bro. Alabama recruited me too, and they were in my top 5. I took an official, and it was the exact same thing. Like, trip go cool. They playing LSU, game lit. Like, it was probably like 40 NFL players like on the field, like super lit. Went to Saban's house.
You on the OV?
Huh?
This on the OV?
This on my official. And went to Saban's house, like me and, like 7 other dudes. He took us out on the lake. I'm like, dang, like, Alabama, it's all right. And then my last meeting with Saban, like before I'm leaving, it's like a one-on-one meeting with him. And he like, yeah, you can come out here and start on the D, you could play on the D line, but, we're going to evaluate you and we might move you to O-line. And I'm like, oh, hell no. Like, and he starts telling me like, yeah, I had Corey Webster. I moved him from receiver to DB. He's a all pro in the league. Start telling me all these dudes he switched their position. I'm like, oh no, bro, I'm definitely not coming here. First off, I'm not leaving Cali to come down south with all this going on.
And play O-line.
You gonna switch my position? Try to make me 340. But I played both ways in high school, so I got it. Like I know people like saw that value in me, but I'm like, nah, that ain't me. I definitely definitely wasn't going. So that's funny that they tried to make you play or wanted you to play DB and switch you.
Selling dreams.
Yeah, you're like, nah, I'm
Cool.
cool. So you obviously go to ASU. That worked out great for you. Tell me about that experience, like going to ASU. How was it? You know, we talk about how you like Phoenix. You know, you feel like you had a great experience there. Yeah, tell me about ASU.
ASU was cool. ASU was super cool. I love still just staying on the West Coast, being out there. It was an easy adjustment for me, going from Cali to Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
And then Arizona was like I took another step as well from in
Mhm.
terms of being on the football field and growing up as a man. I got to play for Herm Edwards and
Great coach.
Antonio Pierce now.
Antonio Pierce is at ASU?
Antonio
Oh, that's
Pierce.
dope.
He was on defense. Was he DC? I can't remember. DC. He was main guy on the defense.
Yeah.
But now
So you had some real like leaders, like and guys who played in the NFL,
for sure.
coached in the NFL. That's
For sure.
yeah.
And AP now he with the Raiders right now. He
Head
interim with
coach
the
for
Raiders right now. So, but no, AZ was cool. Got to experience life in the Pac-12.
Yeah.
Play with some guys. And yeah.
No, that's dope. So obviously you had a great career there. So you know, when I was coming up, all I heard about ASU was being like the #1 party school. So like was it as lit as like people say, or was that like like hyping it?
I don't know, cause how Arizona is now, it's a little bit different. And I wasn't on the scene too much. Like I was on the scene like how I am now. Like I wasn't like living how like you get to live a little bit more now. I wasn't living. I didn't really live a life at the time. So I don't know.
You was locked
too
in?
much. I was locked in.
You was locked in. Okay.
I wish I got to experience it more. I was only there for 2 years, like a year and a half. So I didn't really
you was
get
outside a little more.
I wish I was outside a little bit more. Had more stories to tell. But from what I heard, I don't think anybody lying about what you probably might have heard.
No, I heard some wild stuff. I heard ASU, they get to it, especially I know like it was like the #1 party school on the West Coast. I didn't really entertain it. When I was coming out of high school, just
they offered you?
Yeah.
Interest?
I mean, I had a lot of offers, so it was one of those situations like I don't think they like necessarily like recruited me because they may not have felt like, oh, he's not gonna come.
You got a chance to get here.
Type,
but didn't you lose to ASU though?
Huh?
Didn't you lose to ASU?
Never lost.
Never lost to them?
Never lost.
Oh.
But never lost to ASU. We played down there one time. Y'all stadium was lit though. Like the whole little vibe, mountains in the back. It was dope. But we ain't lose to y'all. We ain't lose to y'all. We lost to Arizona, but not Arizona State. But yeah, first time actually I heard of you before I even knew you. You know, you already know when the first time I heard of you. First time I heard of you, man, you broke everybody's hearts, man. I was like, who is this guy? Like, man, can y'all stop this, man? So
they can't.
So I'm I'm on the Niners, 2019. And you know how we do now, we watch all the college games like in the mill room. Like that's like college players don't understand that. League dudes really be tapped into y'all games. Like that's what we do. Like when we traveling, like Saturdays, play Sunday, you on the road, everybody tapped into the college games.
Right before meetings.
So like I was watching Oregon play y'all, and I think we needed to beat y'all. Like we were definitely going into the playoff for sure. Like if we beat y'all.
That was number 5 in the nation.
Yeah, we was like number 5.
And number 1 just lost.
Yeah, number 1 had just lost. So we beat y'all, we going to the playoffs. So I'm like, all right, Arizona State. I don't know who they got, but we should be straight. And then I turned the game. They turned the game on the mill room. I'm like, dang, it's doing kind of close. Like it's a back and forth. And then you went up top on us on the sideline for like a 60, 70 yard tug?
Something like that.
Something crazy. And we lose. I'm like, bro, who is this Aiyuk dude? Like, why can't we stop this man? Like, cause we got Demo now, who is our teammate. And then they had another corner who was good too, who's in the league too, Graham. But you was just taking him up top. And I'm like, damn, bro, you just ruined our natty hopes. So that's the first time I heard of you.
Y'all had that game playing in the middle room?
Huh?
Y'all had that game going on
Yeah,
in the
we was
middle room?
watching it.
That's lit.
Yeah, no, we was watching it, and like I was sick.
That might could be why. Who knows? Maybe the coach was in there watching too.
Yeah, nah, for real. Coaches definitely was watching. And, you know, and after that, you know, in the draft process and stuff, people start mentioning your name, people start mentioning, you know, your name coming to us. And then I'm like, I see like, man, it's they talking about your catch radius and your arm length. And then I guess you got a 6'9" wingspan.
6'9".
Yeah, that's crazy. And they said you had like 33.5-inch arms or something like that. So I'm like, hold on. This man's 6 foot with a 6'9" wingspan. So I go look up I'm like, what's my arm length? It says 33. I'm like, bro, this man got longer arms than me, and I'm 6'8". I'm like, oh no, I see why they talking about this man like coming to us. He really liked that. And then especially from what I saw when you played against Oregon, I'm like, man, that boy nice. So when we drafted you, it was I was lit. I was excited. I remember watching the draft because we took JK and then we took you, and I know everyone was really excited. So man, that's dope. When did you feel like when did you know like you could play in the league? Like when you feel like, man, like yeah, like I really see myself there, like getting there.
Probably my first year when I first get, because I was JUCO, so I only played 2 years. I had 2 to play 2 or 3 to play 2 with a shirt, whatever. But I got there. I didn't end up shirt. I played my first year, but I was sitting behind 2 guys. One of them ended up going to the league in the first round, Nikhil Harry.
Oh yeah.
So at that point, I'm like, okay,
If I do what I need to do, I can get there.
yeah.
I mean, really, that's like, you know, being around. That's why I think like a lot of, you know, these programs that put out a lot of players are successful is because like the younger guys can be like, they have something to look up to. Like,
They get
man,
to see it.
I see what he did every day. Like, and I see how it paid off for him. Like, I can do that too. And so for you having a guy that just got drafted, just went first round, right? Because he went first round the year before you.
Yeah.
So having that, I know that was like an awesome like example for you. So it wasn't until college that you really felt like, yeah, like this is.
Yeah, college. I wouldn't, like I said, I was just playing ball, going with the wind. I didn't even know what I wanted to do for real.
Yeah.
I didn't even know like the talent that I had coming up until like you keep playing more and more. And now you got coaches coming to come see you play in junior college. Coaches calling your phone, coaches hitting you up on Twitter, Instagram, coaches actually sending you an offer. Now you in at a D1 school, Pac-12, Power 5.
Yeah.
Now you got guys you playing with going to the league. And, you know, the confidence that we all have as players, we feel like if they could do it, I could for sure do it. So
yeah. So you came into our team your rookie year. I thought it had an instant impact. I mean, I think you really showcased your skill set, showed that like you a true like number 1 wide receiver. But like in the league, like when did you realize like, yeah, I'm one of them. Like I can, you know, it's one thing to feel like you can get into the league, but another thing to feel like, all right, I'm one of the best players in the league. Like when did you start feeling like that and really getting that confidence like in your NFL career?
Probably realistically, the end of last year. Fully, like affirmatively, probably this last training camp. Because it's different. Like you come into the league, you might can make plays here and there, but and you're like, oh yeah, I'm that boy. Like I'm raw, I'm cold, but it's, you know, for real, you know, like everybody knows for real when it's for real, not like just like, okay, spurts here, like when we talk about real guys. So probably training camp this year, and heading into this season. Like now I feel like if you ask me, like I feel like, yeah, for sure one of them.
So you feel like after training camp or before? Cause
I mean, probably in the summer, like after the end of last year, like
yeah,
like you said, going for a band, going for 1,000, and feeling like I had way more. A bunch of plays that I left out there, a lot more to give, and so much more to get. Like I could get better at. I'm like, that gave me a whole bunch of confidence. But
So let's get into that because I got a tweet from you that I'm gonna read. And so 1,000 yards as a fourth option in a run offense. I'm as real as it gets. Word to Lil Baby and ESTG. I'm ready to stand on business every time. Year 4.
rocket ship emoji, we going up.
So you standing on business.
For sure.
So you tweeted that before this year, so you had to been feeling pretty good. So yeah, talk about your mindset heading into 2023 in this season. You know, me and you had a convo after OTAs, like how important that time before training camp was to, you know, I felt like it was your year 2 to really pop off and go get a bag, you know, make a name for yourself, really stamp yourself as, you know, one of the top receivers in the league. And so talk about your mindset, like heading into this season. Talk about like your mindset, you know, this past off season, because I saw you grinding. You know, you put in a lot of work. When you came back for training camp, you looked different. Like, so talk about that.
Yeah, so first I was starting with that tweet. That was like one of those days like you like you chilling for a little bit, you get done, you're out of football mode, and then that's probably like 3-4 weeks, maybe a month into the grind again. And you start getting back in that mode, start feeling good, start getting your body back right. Start just feeling the energy of the new season coming up. And I had just got done with a great workout that day.
You was feeling yourself?
And I was feeling, I'm like, you know what, I might have to pop it a little bit today. So that's where that came from. But yeah, just like, I think also like this offseason was an offseason where I kind of put together, kind of mapped it out, planned it all out, and got a team together to put together offseason. So shout out my team I got that we talked about earlier today, Joey with Progressive Motion. Les, CCJP, my dogs down in SoCal, they came out to me.
Yeah.
The Spellman Performance. And we put together a great offseason. And that's where a lot of the confidence came from too. Just knowing that the work that I put in.
Yeah, that's one thing for, you know, younger athletes too, is like, you know, where does confidence come from? Confidence obviously comes from making plays on the field, but when you really like put work in and like grind to like put yourself in the position to where you go into the season and you feel like, man, I did everything I can to have the best year possible, that like instills confidence in you too. And like you can, you know, once you do that and then you get into the games, you start making plays, you see like the grind paying off. It just like keeps stacking on top of one another. And, you know, that's how you have, you know, a tremendous season, you know, which you're having. And we're only midway through. And I know, you know, you got a lot more planned. So how you feeling midway through the season? You know, we just finished our bye week. How you feeling? What's your mindset, you know, to finish out this year, you know, both individually and, you know, as a team?
Feeling good. Feeling good. I feel like the bye week came at a perfect time.
Yeah.
Pretty much split right down the middle. Gave everybody, I think, it was time for guys to get away from each other for a little bit, hang out with families, do whatever they had to do to kind of get their mind away, and then come back this week to get it back. But I feel good. But I feel like I got so much more just to give, so much more that's out there for me. And looking back at the first half with some of the stuff that I kind of felt like I left out there. But even just like that, where we're at right now, halfway through the season, I feel like we're in a good spot. We still got everything right in front of us, whether that's individually, as units or as a team altogether. I feel like everything that any of us want is still right there for us.
No, for sure. I think, you know, I talk about, you know, we as a team, we talk about having the pen in your hand and you can still control your own destiny. And at this part of the season, that's really all you can ask for is an opportunity to go out there, have some health, go out there and keep making a name for yourself, keep winning games and put yourself in a position to, you know, accomplish our ultimate goal, which is winning the Super Bowl. And that's all you can ask for is a op, really. And, you know, our team, we're gonna give ourselves op because of who we are, how we play, the mindset, the mentality,
Mhm.
that we have. Um,
How you feel about your first half?
uh, my first half, I felt like, um, I super high standards for myself. So, I think I've been playing good football for sure. And I've been hearing from multiple people like unexpectedly, like even from opposing teams, like I'm playing the best football like my career, which like is good for me to hear because it don't always like you don't always hear that, and like being so hard on yourself, you don't always like get that feedback or
Yeah.
that
You
like
always feel like you could do more.
yeah. So I definitely feel like I can do more. I feel like as I feel like this part of the season is really where I start to take off though, and like I always have, like throughout my career, is like you know
November.
November, December playoff time. That's like when I really start to.
So when them dogs come out.
Yeah, that's when that's when you need to be at your best. And I always have had that responsibility for myself of being my best, like in this time for our team, because like that's what I pride myself on. Like when the guys need me the most, like I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna get it done.
Mhm.
And I think um, so yeah, playing good football, not necessarily having the stats that I want, but playing good football. And now is where, it really starts to pick up for me. I feel, and I'm really, I feel like I'm about to go on a run. And, this part of the season where I always have seen like the best version of myself when it matters the most. So I'm excited, about that. Like you said, I think the bye week was great, perfect timing to get rest, recharge, and this part of the season where it's gonna be nut crunching time. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be
Facts.
each game's gonna have major implications on where we want to get. So that's why we play the game. So shoot, let's get to it. I know you ready. I'm ready. I know we as a team is ready. So I can't wait to get back going. So yeah, just shifting over to obviously your little man's here.
You want to come sit over here?
You want to come sit over here? So your little man's here. I didn't even know he was coming today, but I was already going to ask you about him because I know how special it is being a father with two little girls myself, and I know you got a young son, which is amazing as well too. So tell me about your little man. Tell me about fatherhood. Yeah, how's it been? The joy it brings you. Tell me about that, man.
What's your name?
Braylon.
Huh?
Braylon.
Braylon. Oh, you shy today? No, it's been I COVID baby. COVID when I first came into the league,
Yeah.
2020, NFL and him at the same time.
No, that's dope.
But it's been crazy. It's been fun. He the reason why we get up on Tuesdays after getting beat up all Sunday and get our minds and bodies back right for another week.
Mm-hmm.
But no, fatherhood it's been amazing.
That's what's up, man. How old are you, Braylon?
7 years old.
How old are you?
3.
3.
3?
When's your birthday?
September 7.
September?
September 7th.
Oh, you just turned 3 not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
You had a good birthday? Yeah. No, that's what's up, man. This is really what it's all about. I mean, like, I know we have a cool job, that a lot of people put a lot of emphasis on, and we are super blessed, but our reason is right here, little man, our family, everything that we do it for, the name that you're making for yourself and for your family to have, opportunity to let your little man live a good life. So, no, that's dope. I love being a father. It's been life-changing for me too. And I know we got a lot of dads on the team, so it's been cool for me to see like our teammates in like a different light too, not just at the facility or games and stuff, but like seeing your teammate like with their family and everybody realizing like really like what's the most important piece is our family. So man, that's dope. Switching over to something lighter, we can talk about how you view things around the league. You got a top 5 wide receivers.
All right.
You got a top 5 wide receivers in the league right now for you?
Top 5.
Including yourself?
Including myself?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you gotta go back to your show. Here. Top 5, I'll probably say, including myself.
Or if you want to put yourself in the top 5.
All right.
Guys you like,
Me personally, I feel like I'm top 5 for sure. I'm top 5 for sure. But I'm gonna do 5 with myself out of the mix.
All right.
Because I'm not gonna say I'm 1 right now. I'm not gonna say I'm 1. So I don't even want to get into where I'm gonna put myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm in there for sure. But if I had to go my top 5 right now, no order. I'm gonna just name off guys I like. I ain't gonna do 5.
All right.
Guys I like, of course, Devontae. Devontae, he one of the guys I came in the league watching the most. Cooper Kupp, he's a guy that I start to like a lot more as we play him twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
And
see, that's an interesting one because a lot of people,
he nice.
Not really fans of, or
they don't fully understand what he's doing.
He don't get that full respect.
Yeah.
Because of the things that we know. Why? You know what I'm saying? Like he don't get that full respect because I mean a lot of people like the athletic stuff. They like the spectacular catches.
Mm-hmm.
But Mr. Consistency, he be getting it done.
He's nice.
And that boy always open.
He's always open.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, playing him twice a year, he's always open. So Devontae, Cooper Kupp, Diggs. I like Diggs. He called it spicy, getting spicy. He said a couple years ago. So he's like, it's a few guys out here in the league who really getting active, who really spicy. And I take it as guys who, no matter what, like man coverage, bump, no matter what it is, like we getting open regardless. So I got a category for those. Like those 3 guys right there, that's my category for, getting spicy, getting active. And then you got the Deebo Samuels, Jamar Chase, those guys that get the ball and get busy after they catch it. And then I like T. Higgins. So I know some I'm forgetting for sure, but those are the guys that when I talk about receiver position that come to my head first.
Respect.
Yeah.
You like their game. You like how they
Justin
play.
Jefferson,
he liked that. I think a lot of people when he first was popping off, everybody was like, all right, we're gonna wait and see if this like keep going on. But
he ain't stopped.
That boy just keep doing it. We're gonna get into some film too, because I got a segment of the show I call Self Scout. So we're gonna break down some film. But before we do that, what do you feel like separates you from the competition? What do you feel like are your attributes that allow you to be successful in some things that some people some other receivers might want to work on that you feel has allowed you to have some success?
I feel like from the receiver position at the line of scrimmage, I feel like If you want to like how the league's kind of this year on defense, I've seen a little bit more like guys are starting to go man. Defense are starting to play a lot more man, get up in your face, try to throw the timing off. Just kind of slow down the chemistry between these quarterbacks and receivers. But I feel like at the line, if teams are wanting to do that, then I can still do what I have to do, get open, touch football. And after the catch, being able to make stuff happen after catching the football, being able to find soft spots and zones, being friendly to Purdy when he's making stuff happen. So just being able to get the football thrown to me in any situation that the game might go into. I don't feel like there's a way that you could take me out of the game because I feel like I can still get screen passes and be productive with screen passes, short passes, slants, and catching the ball on the second and third level.
So you feel like your best attribute is being complete and being not one-dimensional or two-dimensional. You feel like you're a complete receiver that can do it all, short, deep, middle, dynamic. You can really be used however. And that's extremely valuable. And so, you play with a few different quarterbacks, throughout your career thus far. What do you feel like you see out of Purdy that allows him to be, who he is? And, what's your mindset when you're working with a quarterback? Is it more so like, all right, I gotta find, what this guy does good, or, how I can be, helpful or help him? Or are you like, man, let me just focus on being the best version I can be, making sure that I'm always open, always doing my job, and giving the quarterback opportunities? How do you view like that quarterback receiver relationship?
Yeah, I think a little bit of both, but mostly I'm worrying about myself. Purdy, he gonna do what he has to do to be his best self each Sunday. I think we've seen that from him. I think nobody questions what his ability to prepare or how he prepares. So I think just being my best self for him. But even like I talked to him, I think leading up to the Minnesota game, and he's just like, he's like, I'm gonna be better for you this week. I'm like, I'm gonna be better for you this week too. So it's just like getting ourselves ready so that we can go out there on Sunday and be better for each other and continue to push each other. I think that's what like the best receiver quarterback duos do, is just continue to get better. They help each other get better. And Purdy's for sure done that, because even like there'll be plays out there where it's like in the past, like we might call this play and you have no chance of getting the football. But when you're playing with a guy like Purdy, like you have an opportunity to get the ball on any given play. Like even when you're running down the field, and for the past 3 years, this is a clear out, just clear out the defense, and somebody else is getting the ball, and you look up, the ball's literally in the air right there. So, yeah, playing with him, it's just really just preparing myself. Get ready each and every week to be my best self on Sunday, because I know he's going to give me the opportunity to be that when the game starts.
That's got to feel good. I never played offense. Well, I played offensive line, but I never played offense. And like just the mentality of having to rely on other people, kind of on defense, we got to rely on others. Everybody got to do their job. But it's like, if I want to go make a play, that's kind of like on me.
Yeah.
To like go make a play.
Yeah.
Where like on offense, you got to rely on so much to go right.
11 guys.
Yeah. And so having that, man, that's freeing. That's a great feeling to play with a quarterback who's like, I know I'm gonna get ops, because he's not just going to go to the first or second read. Like you might be the fourth in the progression, and he gonna make something shake, and you better stay on your P's and Q's, like, because you can get busy if you're on your job. So I know that's got to be a good feeling. So next segment of the show called Self Scout. I got some plays here. I had our shout out to Mike Bracken and our video guys.
Had
them send me over a couple plays of you. So yeah, let's get to it. break down, whatever you want to break down, what was going through your mind, what was going through your head, how you adjusted, how you, why, what makes you you, and, how you approach the game. That's what I like to do for the fans is, break things down and make it explain it to them in a way where it's like, all right, now I can go watch a game and I can pick up on things that I learned from Arik, like things I need to look at, things why, if I made a play or why I had success, they will have some insight on, why that happened. Like, oh dang, he broke that down on the show. So let's get into it.
Yeah. So this play right here, this is one of those plays where I'm like, I was just talking about like clearing out. Like you expect to clear out. So we got what's the play called? I want to say this is like looky or out or we got the defensive. You got the defense iPad, so I don't even say the play call. But I think the play is originally an out route. I think this is third down or second and long. It's 2nd and 12. It's an out route. They put me on the outside and we put Debo in the slot. And pretty much I'm supposed to just be clear my corner out and create a one-on-one for Debo to run his out route. And we're either going to make it third and manageable or Debo will do what he does and might end up in the end zone. But here we got Brock. We got bump on the outside. We got Pat Pete playing bump on the outside. And this is one of those plays where he says, I like my guy on the outside versus their guy. And we just got pretty much a built-in fade route versus bump coverage. And we got 6 points. But the release, I didn't like the release. I didn't like the play to start just because, like I said, I wasn't expecting to get the ball.
What release did you go with?
I ended up going, it's not bad actually. It's not bad. Kind of just step into him, kind of reset the line of scrimmage, and then trying to get in front. And then this is another part where Purdy's great. Like we know most of the time we want to catch this ball up here. We want to get stacked over the corner, but he sees that I never get stacked. So he puts the ball on the back shoulder and just gives me a 50-50 op.
Yeah.
And that's a touchdown that otherwise you probably wouldn't have. So that's a touchdown and 30 yards and a highlight, great play that you get to add to your resume because
against a great player too,
against a great player.
Pat Pete, probably a Hall of Fame corner, and he was talking before the game.
And he was chatting, all because Purdy took a chance. So plays like that.
No, that's what's up.
We got Cleveland. This was a tough one. Probably our first game of the season where it was like, all right, the NFL season started.
Things weren't going right. And we needed you to make a play, bro.
We needed to play. The game was about to be over. I hadn't played my best game. I didn't feel like at all. Me and Purdy weren't clicking. Debo went down earlier. A whole bunch of stuff was going on. Just a weird day, not going our way. And then here we go on the quick. So on the quick, we just come out, we get out the huddle, line up, and snap the ball right away. Kind of just to give us advantage. Kyle's always trying to look for an advantage. So we got some sort of advantage. We're in the
so on the quick, you guys are trying not to let the defense get set up.
Not let them get set up. We're kind of just
and communicate because so defensively, a lot of teams come on the quick versus us is so y'all kind of fast break huddle, snap the ball so we can't communicate our coverages and
nothing.
Our exchanges and all that.
Sometimes you got guys coming out the huddle looking, trying to pick up whatever y'all doing. Like you see on this play, most guys still standing around. Nobody's in a stance. Nobody's in the athletic stance. Even on offense, for us, we're not even fully set. Like really, this could have been a penalty on me because my feet aren't set. But trying to get a little bit of advantage. DB's not set. We're running we call it a twist route, which you're running a slant and then coming back out. So here, I'm just running a slant, coming back out, get the guy to jump on the slant, come back out, get a quick completion. I think this is one of those plays too, where like I talked about earlier, where Kyle's just like, all right, I don't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do, but he's like, I don't know what play we should call in this situation, or let's just get the ball to somebody, see what
We
we
gotta
can
make
do.
a play.
Yeah,
Somebody
we
gotta
gotta
make a play. Get the ball in the hand, make a play.
This is the easiest way to get us a play on the route where it's not a screen pass. It's still a one-on-one. So he creates the one-on-one. He wants me to go win. We win. Slant. Not a slant, back out. Purdy gives me the ball, turns me back inside, which gets my eyes back to the defense, and then just split the defense and gives us a chance to go down at the end of the game.
Talk about y'all mentality when you get the ball in your hand, because I know Kyle, the offense, says it all the time, and then defensively when guys don't do it, it's like apparent. Guys catch the ball and they looking for the defense and not just getting the ball and like going downhill. I think that's why it's the mindset. It's a mindset, but it's also practice and train.
Yeah.
And like when you don't do it, like
it's blatant.
It's
you can
coached.
Tell.
Like it's blatant, but it's also like coached and pointed out. Like, nah, this ain't it. This not what we do here.
Mm-mm.
So when you get the ball in your hand, what's the mindset?
Slash. You got to slash. Get the ball and get vertical. Like you see guys like you might now. I watch like at first I never. Like they used to coach all the time, like get vertical, get vertical, get vertical. I'm like, bro, let me do what I do. Let me catch the ball and do what I do. But it's like you got guys so fast on defense. You got Freds, Greenlaws that are playing like when you catch the ball in between guys like that, like they're flying to come get you. So it's like you have to play with that same exact. You have to match that. So it's like I got to catch the ball. I got to drop step, basketball move, and get downhill right now. Because if I try to catch the ball and turn around, it probably won't end that well. So, and you could gain 5, 6, 7, 9, 10 more yards by doing that. So,
yeah, when it's really a 4-yard route,
yeah,
you can get 14,
yeah,
15, and then with the ability y'all have, y'all can turn it into 40.
Something could be bigger than that.
Touchdown.
Too. Yeah,
with the ability you guys have, which you did right here on this play.
So this Arizona a few weeks back. We got a field post. We got George running across. George is pretty much he's running a collect route where if you got a middle field or anybody matching him, he's sitting down. If it's zone, he's just gonna kind of find a soft spot at 15 yards. And then I'm running the post behind him, trying to get on the safety's toes. So here, like with Kyle, everything's about speed. Especially in this league with guys like you chasing after the quarterback. They don't have time all day to just be back there taking hitches. So it's all about speed. We're just pushing at the safety with speed. And Brock throws a dime. And this part of the game where I'm like, okay, yeah. This at that time, you like probably like you had last game, you had that one sack, then you have another sack. And now you're like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to turn up.
Oh, yeah. So this at that time where I'm like, all right, yeah.
That's what it was funny too, because when I missed the one earlier, you was on the sideline. You was like, you owe me one, bro.
You owe me one.
I was like, all right, I got you, bro. I know I got to make up for that.
Cool. What you had, 2 or 3?
I had 2.
Oh, yeah, could have had 3. Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
So, but this one, I'm like, all right. At that point, I'm like, okay, I'm turned up. I'm fully turned up. I'm like, this my shit. I'm teed up, ready to go. But it's just that, like, that's the feeling right there that you chase like every single week. That you just chasing, just like that full 100% confidence in yourself. That flow state of like, I can't be stopped.
That flow state. I know they talk about that a lot in basketball, but just like that flow state when you feel like
everything going your way.
Everything going your way. I feel like that a couple times throughout this year, especially that Giants game. Bro, I felt like every pass rush move I tried, that joint worked. I'm just like, bro, this man cannot stop me, bro. Like, he just can't do it. I'm pulling out spin moves. That's working. I'm like, oh,
so how that
it's a wrap.
So how you ever felt like that and you didn't have like production that you wanted? Like you still couldn't get to the quarterback?
I had 0 tackles that game, bro.
Nothing.
And the man could not block me. I won every one of my rushes, and I got no stats.
I feel like that's the part that people will never understand. Like
they won't ever understand it, bro. Literally, like I won every one of my rushes. I'm cooking swipe move, spin move, power, club swim. I'm just trying. So at that point, that's doing all working. But boom, ball out, QB hit, ball out, but no
So do you feel frustration with that, or how do you feel like? Because I know people like you see receivers all the time. People be like, all right, like as a receiver, you know right off the bat, like you probably know before the game, like this dude can't. This is my game. This
Yeah.
dude can't mess with me. And then you get to the game, and it's exactly what you saw on film. You're crushing him,
Yeah.
can't mess with you, but ball not coming your way,
Yeah.
and you don't have the stats to show for it.
Yeah.
So do you feel like frustration with that, or how does it feel on the defensive side?
I feel frustration, but it's a different type of frustration when like, cause like you talked about earlier, like you know when like you when you cooking or when you balling, and you know when like, cause I done had games where like I done got a sack, and you know people like good game, but I didn't feel like I had a good game because like all the other plays, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't.
Facts.
And then I done had games where like I'm cooking and ain't nobody telling me good game, but I know I had a good
hooping.
I was out there hooping. So it goes both ways. You know, it's the league, bro.
That's the sport.
It's the sport, bro. It's a tough business. But you know, that's what we signed up for. It just will come with it. But the people who really know, and that's why I talked about earlier, like when people on the other team is like, man, Eric's playing the best football of his career. I'm like, all right.
Respect from your peers.
Yeah, respect. And that's really a big reason why I play. And like not why I play, but where I get gratification from is the guys I play against, like getting that respect. Like when I play against a good player and they like, man, you don't get the respect you deserve. Like you're an awesome player. You're tough to deal with. That's what I'm like, all right, I know I'm doing what I need to be doing out there. And so, you know, and I be having trash games where I feel like I played trash. People texting me like, good
Great
game.
game.
I'm like, what game you watch? Like, nah, bro, you don't understand. You don't understand. They must have just showed me on TV a bunch that night or something. But I ain't had no good game. So it go both ways for sure. But I appreciate you being on the show, bro. My first guest, Third and Long, is now presenting sponsored by Verizon. So shout out to Verizon. Appreciate the support. And we're going to keep going. We're going to keep providing great content, keep giving the fans what they want, teaching you the game, talking football, life, everything in between. So I appreciate you coming on the show. You know, this was dope for me, a lot of fun. So appreciate you having you. This is my special guest, Brandon Aiyuk. Appreciate you watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, follow, and let me know in the comments, you know, what you guys enjoyed or things you guys want us to discuss on further episodes of Third and Long presented by Verizon. See you on another episode.